공경했어 난 그저 화려하게 치고 싶은 날 시작의 전부터 나 상상했었지 그때 웃으며 박수 쳐줄 수 있게 나 소원했어 난 믿었던 게 더 멀어지던 때 이 모든 명예가 이제 멍해가 됐을 때 이 욕심을 제발 걷어가소서 어떤 일이 있어도 오늘을 나로 하게 하소서 Oh every day and every night Persistent pain and criminal mind 내 심장 소리에 잠 못 들던 밤 창밖에 걸은 청승마 진초승 달 I do wish me a lovely night 내 분수보다 비대해질 life 저기 날아오르는 풍선을 내스치고 다져 물어 대체 지금 어디 Where you go where'd you show you where'd you
Oh my god, that's beautiful. Those vocals. Wow. Holy shit.
내 마지막일까 전부 진결이 나 하나 열까지 다 이 지긋지긋한 가면은 언제 벗겨질까 Yeah me no hero me no villain 아무것도 아닌 나 공회전은 반복돼 기억들은 안폭해 난 눈물을 판 속에 시선을 던져 하려 해뭘 원했었던 건지 제 기억이 안나 얻었다 믿었던 모든 행복은 교차했나 Yeah No matter what's wrong 그게 뭐가 됐건 새벽에 자락을 붙잡고 뭔가 소해내는 기억 목소리만 큰 자들의 사회 난 여전히 침묵을 말해 이건 방패관수가 높다며 모두 오해 편견들의 자게 반갑잖아 너의 행동 아래 내 두 발이 여기 땅 위에 이름도 없는 꽃과 함께 다시
Much like the ending of that guy by Taylor with the prejudice and everything being above it. That's Army.
And who tell me like gotta be a someone 난 절대 그들처럼 될 수 없음네 여태껏 날 지켜온 단 하나의 힘과 철 타는 불꽃에서 들꽃으로 손에 내서 영원으로 나의 황량한 들의 나무를
Damn.
언젠가 나 되돌아가래
I'll return someday. Like the military service, possibly enlistment, referencing that. That's a beautiful transition. Damn. Oh my god, that was beautiful. Okay, so before we actually take this back, I do want to talk about some of the lyrics. I don't know if I'll be able to talk about everything because that would be a very long video. And talking about the lyrics in the second reaction, I would just be pausing every 2 seconds. But this is absolutely beautiful. The chorus is incredibly, almost like soul crushing. It is so emotional. It's almost like a battle cry in a way, like, because fame and RM saying that fame turned into shackles is almost like, despite all of the fame, I want to stay me. I want to remember what it was like to be myself before that fame ever happened, when I yearn for the flames, which he says in that first verse, and we see those fireworks, and those fireworks is almost like the equivalent of how famous he is, and all those fireworks they are as scary as they are as beautiful as they are scary, because fame seems like it's a positive to a lot of people, but in reality, you don't really know what somebody else is going through. And you always hear about, some of the most famous people dealing with depression and anxiety and having all kinds of dark thoughts and being lost essentially because this fame kind of can cloud your judgment in a way. As literally he says, when everything I believed in grew distant, when all this fame turned into shackles, please take away my desire away from me. No matter what it takes, let me be myself. Despite this fame, I don't want it to sacrifice my soul in a way. I want to still be me despite being famous. I don't want to live a lifestyle of someone that is supposed to be as famous as me. I want to be in that open field. I want to be happy for the little things, much like we saw BTS. I've constantly talked about it, and especially talked about it in my guide reaction as far as BTS are being constantly like some of the most humble, down to earth people I've ever seen, and how I would never be able to guess if I met them on the street that this is BTS. If I met them individually, because of how they carry themselves, they are always so respectful, they're always so humble. There's never an ounce of you feeling like fame ever got to them because they started essentially from nothing, much like their company did. They were disrespected, much like we saw in that guy. They had an uphill battle to get to the point where they are at now. And the lyrics persisting pain and criminal mind, it's almost like my mind that has robbed me from my own happiness. And the one lyric that kind of does it for me, and I had to look it up to be as sure as possible. The mournful crescent moon hung beyond the window. I do wish me a lovely night, which represents, all of the depression and the pain, the persistent pain and the criminal mind, the mind that has robbed me of my soul and my happiness. As the mournful moon, the symbolic meaning of a crescent moon offers hope to the brokenhearted. Whenever you're going through difficult times, the crescent moon is a sign that you should not lose hope. Help is going to come and you will enjoy your life to the fullest. That is one of the articles that I found. It just felt so incredibly poetic. And the crescent moon is a sign that something good is about to happen in your life as he wishes himself a good night. As well as the crescent moon is a symbol of illumination and wisdom, finding your path in destiny. I'm not sure, maybe there's another meaning there, but it really feels like, through all of the sadness and all of the darkness, seeing that crescent moon is almost like a way of him believing that something good will happen as he wishes himself a lovely night. Because I cannot sleep at night. The nights of my heart beating uh, are keeping me up, much like the lyrics says. Nights, the beating of my heart kept me up. Not sure if what I found is 100% correct, but also desperately uh, holding onto a balloon drifting by, like the balloon representing the joy and the soul potentially that is constantly slipping away from me. As he literally says, where you go, where's your soul, where's your dream? Like it's almost like RM. Also in that intro, the song is kind of like representing like whenever you feel down, whenever your dreams devour you, like your dreams become your nightmare, and you feel like you're not yourself. All those times, remember who you are, and remember like that everything is going to be okay in the end, and find yourself kind of like in the madness. When's this wretched mask is finally gonna come off? I'm no hero, I'm no villain. Much like in the beginning, he says, I'm without a name, I'm barely anything. At this moment, I'm barely anything. I can barely recognize myself as the fame became like shackles to me. Idling repeats, memories turning vicious. Those memories are like the salt that I'm throwing at my own wounds, essentially, and making things that much worse, causing my depression and my anxiety and my my darkness and that balloon to slip and drift away from me even further, that I can't even hold on to it anymore. Everything that I've ever wanted, I forgot what it is exactly that I wanted, because nothing really fulfills me. Like, I have all this fame, I have all this money, but nothing really makes sense to me, and I feel lost. As in the actual music video, we see RM in that thunderstorm, like there's a storm inside of him that like represents the depression and the darkness that he is battling. Everything that I've wanted, I got it, and now I kind of lost myself in the process. I trusted I was happy. Now a mere memory. Like everything that, damn, that's really, really, really beautiful. And no matter what, I'm still going forward. No matter what's in front, no matter what it may be, memories of holding on to dawn's edge and spitting things out. Society's all for the loudest voice, and here I am, still speaking silence. Oh my god, that's beautiful. It's not about sense, it's about who's got the loudest voice and not who makes the most sense. And here I am in a society that just wants to be loud, wants to say something for the sake of saying something. Here I am speaking in silence. And again, the society is all for the loudest voice, and here I am speaking silence because the sadness and the depression is silent, possibly. Like, we all suffer in silence, therefore I still speak silence. And the prejudice and misunderstandings to face all of that, I don't care much for being tossed into the air. Like, I feel like it reminds me of like the BTS guy that we checked out recently, as far as all of the shit and the hatred that BTS has faced. But just because you are putting on essentially like a brave face and you face everything with a smile and positivity and good deeds to combat the hatred, it doesn't mean that it doesn't bother you and doesn't get to you, especially when you are alone at night, lying in your own bed and thinking about all of this. It's gonna get to you, and not caring about being tossed into the air, as far as like, I guess like tossed, maybe like being praised, being talked of, being the talk of something, like being the product of the fame that you have and the popularity that you have. I want to be grounded on my own to feed on that flower field and amongst the flowers without names. That's a really beautiful, beautiful lyrics. And I can go to the stars again. Like I just want to be me. And the lyrics of RM talking about going to a destination without a purpose, not knowing my own sadness, and making friends with the shadows, falling deeper and deeper into depression and feeling like my life has no purpose, which I feel like is one of the most relatable things in this life, especially at a time like this where everybody is so consumed by social media. Like, we all feel so connected while at the same time being as disconnected as we've ever been from reality, and feeling like we don't have any purpose. And to know that someone like RM is going through the various things that any one of us can go, it makes it not less tragic, but it makes it that much more relatable. And the fact that he's willing to go on record essentially and talk about it, and by doing so inspire others to let them know that it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be depressed, but it's about being able to build up and get over it, and find your place, and see that crescent moon, for example, and wish for a lovely night, and find your peace and find your happiness, and find the joy in life. Nothing was ever meant to be mine, and don't tell me you gotta be someone, because I'll never be them. I can only be me, essentially. My start was poetry. Like, these lyrics are fucking poetry. My one and only strength and dream that protected me so far. So like lyricism and poetry in general, burning fireworks to flower works. Like essentially the fireworks represent all of the chaos of being like famous, and the popularity that is as consuming as it is beautiful, and going from fireworks to flower works where I'm grounded. Which is why he said I can go to the stars again, if I'm not mistaken. That was one of the lyrics. I'll stay in this barn field. I'll return someday, as I want to be grounded, and also like I'll return someday as far as like BTS enlisting into the army and coming back. Like we'll return, but also I want to be me, and I'll return someday as far as I'll make music again. I'll be back. We'll be back as a group, but we don't want to be in the limelight every single day of every single month and throughout time. We don't care about that. I don't care about that. I want to be grounded. I want to be in that flower field, chilling, relaxing, and just be surrounded by beauty that is silent, and not by fame that is chaotic, and like those fireworks that are consuming my soul and are taking everything that I have, every ounce of sanity that I had. So instead of creating fireworks, I'll be lighting up the flowers, and we're gonna have flower works instead of fireworks, because it's grounded and it's beautiful and it's silent and it's peaceful. Damn. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing a lot here, but the lyrics here are absolutely beautiful. And again, ending it on the same note that he started. Like this song is incredibly inspirational. It's incredibly eye-opening as far as, you know, another case of you think that you know what someone is going through, and just because they're famous, just because they appear to have everything, it doesn't mean that they have peace of mind, and you don't know exactly what is going on in their hearts. We saw some of these dilemmas with stuff like Blood, Sweat, and Tears, with stuff like Black Swan, for example, with BTS, as far as the struggles, as far as, you know, being consumed by no matter what is going on, I'm still in my studio making music and whatnot. I believe that was the lyrics of one of those two songs, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. No, I'm pretty sure that it was the lyrics of Black Swan. Not sure if RM actually was the one who wrote, who delivered that part too. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just kind of like thinking out loud. But don't give up on yourself is essentially kind of like the outro. Like remember why you started in the first place. Remember who you are, and kind of like don't let your soul be crushed by everything that you've ever wished for. Because once you get it, you know, you might forget who you are. And I feel like that's something that BTS never seemed to. From everything that I've seen from them, they've always been incredibly kind and humble and down to earth, and being so grateful to the fans, as literally the music video, when he's surrounded by all of those hearts and whatnot, like it's a representation of BTS, which is a representation possibly of all those flowers without names, because I only see the hearts. Like I see you at your truest form, possibly. I'm not really sure, but let's actually take this back to the actual music video, because I want to listen to it again. And yeah, I got nothing else to say here. Maybe I'll touch a little bit on some of the lyrics here, some of the visuals. Because above the clouds, we see all those, you know, the lights from the fireworks. It looks like a storm. So it may look beautiful, but in reality, it's chaotic, it's loud, and it's not at all what you expect it to be. Much like the fame that he has, that has made him forget who he is in a way. These shots are absolutely beautiful. And like he's turning away from all of those fireworks, from all of that fame. He doesn't, not necessarily that he doesn't want it, but he doesn't feel like himself, even though you have all of these fireworks to represent, oh my God, how amazing you are. But in reality, you don't even recognize your own self. That is, as he turns his back.
그저 화려하게 치고 싶은 나 시작의 전부터 나 상상했었지 그때 웃으며 박수 쳐줄 수 있게 나 소원했어 나 믿었던 게 다 멀어지던 때 이 모든 명예가 이제 멍해가 됐을 때 이 욕심을 제발 걷어가소서 어떤 일이 있어도 오늘을 나로 하게 하소서 Oh every day and every night persistent pain a criminal mind 내 심장 소리에 잠 못 들던 밤 창밖에 걸은 청승마 지금 조승달 I don't wish me a lovely night 내 분수보다 비대해질 light 저기 날아오르는 풍선을 내스치고 다져 물어 대체 지금 어때 Where you go where'd you show your way
So we could take that as him like asking us, but also he's talking to himself. His hand literally turns almost like into like a piece of that firework or something, like which is really, really Man, some of these shots are biblical as hell.
내 마지막일까 전부 진결이 나 하나 열까지 다 이지그치 끝한 가면은
Damn. Everything is exhausting from A to Z. Damn, that's really, really cool.
하나 열까지 다 이지그치 끝한 가면은 언제 벗겨질까 Yeah, me no hero, me no villain 아무것도 아니나 회전은 반복돼 기억들은 난폭해 난 눈물을 판 속에 시선을 던져 하루에 뭘 원했었던 건지 이제 기억이 안 나
Damn, that's so beautiful.
No matter what's wrong 그게 뭐가 됐건 새벽에 자락을 붙잡고 뭔가 토해내는 기억 목소리만 큰 자들의 사회 난 여전히 침묵을 말해 이건 방패 관습과 독담에 모두 오해 편견들의 타겟 반갑잖아 너의 행가래 내 두 발이 여기 땅 위에 이름도 없는 꽃과 함께 다시 별에 가시고 소확해 발밑으로 와주고 목적 없는 목적지로 슬픈 줄도 모르고 그림자와 저 친구로
Damn, that's beautiful. That's absolutely amazing. Holy shit. That's absolutely beautiful. And like it's almost like the storm is kind of starting to calm down. Yeah. Damn, that's beautiful.
원래 내 것은 아무것도 없었지 And you tell me like gotta be a someone 난 절대 그들처럼 될 수 없음네
And even the flowers almost like it looks like lavender or something, very purplish, much like the purple heart, which is really, really cool as well. Much like the purple behind with the hearts and everything. It's almost like the metaphor for the same field, right? Kind of. As the flowers, the petals and whatnot is no longer like those fireworks and those particles that were flying all over him during the night. That's really beautiful. Oh. And I love that the perspective shifted. Like literally the flowers turned into the fireworks coming from the sky as the scene kind of turns and transition to him being grounded. That's beautiful. Damn. That was absolutely beautiful. I don't know what else to say. Seriously, this was incredible. The lyricism is absolutely beautiful. This is one of the most beautifully written songs I think I've checked out on this channel in general. Like visually emphasizing all of the darkness and that storm, almost like him being inside this tornado and whatnot, and turning the fireworks into flowers essentially with those long dissolve transitions. Was really, really, really beautiful. And I'm sure I missed a ton of lyrics, but please keep in mind that this is just my first time listening to this song, so I'm obviously not gonna get everything. And this is not the objective of the channel, to get every single reference, every single lyric and whatnot, and meaning and stuff like that. It's just to kind of like really enjoy the song and kind of like get the message of it. And I feel like it was truly beautiful. So if you find anything else and you want to drop some knowledge on me, feel free to do so in the comments below. But definitely keep in mind that there's no way that I can get everything. So I'm pretty sure that I missed a ton. But just in general, this was a very beautiful song. A very almost like a healing kind of song. And it was absolutely wonderful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, and if I made any sense, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.